Good morning. Couple minutes late because I was scrambling, doing a little bit of trading this morning, GOEV, and in the middle of my scramble to get ready to go to the office, I missed a great entry. But anyway, let's just start off with GOEV. Entered a position at 405. I missed this drop because I was getting ready for work. This one right here. But anyway, what's the story here? This is an EV company. Let's go back, actually do a quick overview. This is an EV company. 18% of the float is short. You can see the chart here. The stock's just been decimated because I'm sure it's not a profitable company in this big sell-off we've had in the past year. And then what did I say? Did I tell you the market cap? Market cap 600 million. This morning, Canoe shares are trading higher after Walmart signed a definitive agreement with the company to purchase 4,500 all-electric delivery vehicles. So this is I'm really interested in researching this today, researching the financials. I understand they were under some financial hardship just recently. So perhaps this will be a lifeline. Perhaps they're going to need to raise money to now fulfill this order. So there's a lot of question marks out there, but obviously the headline of and the credibility, the validation of a Walmart buying from them is going to be super, super important for sentiment. The math on this 4,500, I don't know what they sell for, but I just did a quick thing on like $40,000 per unit, comes to $180 million. Top line, maybe it's 30,000. I don't know what these cars are. If they're big, they're small, I know nothing about them. So we got to research that. But definitely to me, this seems like something that, where you look at a 75% move and it seems justified, at least in terms, when I say justified, in terms of the market reaction, right? I'm not talking about in terms of valuation or fundamentals. That's a different story. Talking about in terms of making sense out of markets, this move makes sense on a superficial level. So I got some commentary from Rex on GOEV. Let's see what I got. Okay. He says 420s resistance, 370s support. Well, he was right about the 370s. That would have been a nice dip to get. If the fours break out, then fives to sixes, the next wall. Okay, so let's there's more commentary than that, but we'll go to this. Look at this. This is a 200 DMA up at 6, and we're gapping open above the 50. This level here to me is kind of like no man's land. Either this thing is going to go to this level where you see the support 460, or back down and test like 311 or maybe even 370. No, 70s to 470 or so, 415. I don't think it's going to stay in that area. So he goes on to say, yeah, the Walmart news could trigger a mega squeeze today. If not today, then a bit later, because the market's still bullish. So you get a little bit of a macro opinion from Rex here. The market is about to see a lot of supernova short squeezes before the next bear market drop. The biggest supernova moves usually come during the bear market squeezes. So, all right. Anyway, we have CPI tomorrow, so I don't know. We'll have to see. The data is probably going to decide which direction the market goes. If we're still in a rally or if we're going to head down. You can see Nasdaq over here. It's in between the 20 and 50 DMAs, and SPY as well in between the 20 and 50. So it's kind of waiting, deciding what to do after some CPI data comes in tomorrow. And then we have earnings season starting later this week with financials. And then over the next couple of weeks, we get the big tech companies. So we're looking at that. GOEV, I think, is exciting. I do want to research that with the community to find out what this deal means for their top and bottom line. AGRX also had news. That's not a real print there, the 323. That's some late data coming in. Okay, so AGRX also, they pre-announced, and I'm surprised the stock is not performing better on this pre-announcement. Just goes to show, at least in extended hours where it's dominated by retail, they're more about the sentiment and the catalyst and the headlines than they are about the fundamentals. So fundamentals here, there was a little bit of good news. First of all, the top line did not exceed expectations, right in the mid, right? They said 20 to 22,000 cycles. I'm not sure how they define a cycle, probably a 1 month cycle of the patches. I'm not sure what they mean by cycles, but anyway, they came in at 21 to 21,500 right in the midline. But here is, and that's a 26 to 30% sequential growth, and they're saying that's being powered by the partnership with Affixis, which Tony had been telling us about, which has inroads into Planned Parenthood locations. But here's OPEX. OPEX was supposed to be 12.5 to 13.5 million. It's coming in $1 million less, 11.5 to 12.5 million. I assume that may have something to do with Affixis. They talk about that's because the sales force and marketing efforts have been optimized to better focus on the most productive territories with high volume and favorable third-party reimbursement, as well as the optimization of expense across all general administrative areas. So basically, they're reducing their burn, both on the top and the bottom line here. So that's great news for AGRX. So definitely that doesn't hurt, right? That does not hurt what we're waiting for, which is continued momentum, continued news about hormonal contraception, perhaps going OTC. And I think we can get our move. This is another one. Let's do it one more time. We did it yesterday, but to really see this well, we got to get rid of the 200-day moving average. And if you do that, you can more clearly see the targets up here, resistance levels, whether it's at 1 or 109, 135 and dropping, right? You have this big gap here first, and then the 20 DMA is right near that gap anyway. So that's the story. Two big pieces, I think, big piece of news with AGRX and GOEV, as we see GOEV go to new pre-market highs. So that trade is working for us right now already. So that's great news. We're still waiting on news for Dario. XXII we're monitoring. CYRN, man, that that teased me yesterday with this big move on pretty high volume, but it just disappeared, that volume. So we're continuing to watch CYRN. All right, I don't see any other significant news. Let me just check here. Oh, Rumble announces Nancy Armstrong, I don't know who she is, to join board after closing with CF. All right, let's read this just to see if there's any nuggets in here about the closing. Media executive, Nancy to join our board, said Rumble CEO Chris Pawlowski. Rumble has 3 ingredients of success for the future of media: great content, great technology, scale and distribution, and a business model that is creator first, said Nancy Armstrong. I'm excited to bring my deep experience in the media industry to the Rumble. Any case, Chris Pawlowski has been posting a bunch of nuggets on Truth Social for this month. Is not posting on Twitter, only on Truth Social. So he dropped a couple hints that big things are about to come over at Rumble, and this was after they had this great weekend with streaming numbers hitting records because of the RSBN deal. So looking at GOEV, up 86% now. So those of you who got the alert, it was 4:02 when I posted actually some in the room. So actually, what time did we do that? That was great. So we got an alert here at 7:38 a.m. by Matthew. So thank you, Matthew. Matthew put that alert in the room at 7:38 a.m. Yeah, the stock was still around where I got it. So between 4:02 and 4:05, and now at 4:42. So we are enjoying the profits of the collaboration in the community and the fast acting. So that's the story there. I don't think there's anything else that's too significant. You know, we're watching support and resistance levels throughout the day on some of the top stocks we like. Let me just see if there's anything else we can look at here. You see GOEV up 86%. Oh man, I gotta bring Matt back. ACTG has been on a tear. I know this is one of his top stocks. He hasn't been too available to speak about his stocks, but we're going to try to get him soon because he's been doing really well with a few of his picks. And we're going to leave it at that today. All right. Short show, really focus on, that's all you need is one great trade, right? GOEV, I'm already up 10% on that. So that's exciting. May take some off the table and get back in. We'll see. All right, guys. So good luck. We'll continue collaborating in the community. Thanks, everyone.